And, you get a better appreciation for Alvin Gentry and this New Orleans team because they also went through their own adversity, losing DeMarcus Cousins, having to kind of revamp the way they play. And it's been impressive watching them in person. You look at them, and every time I watch them, I start wondering what their ceiling is. Just how good can they be? Because they're not that deep. That's the one concern, one area where if a guy gets in foul trouble, that's something you got to be concerned about. But, man, I tell you what, when they're clicking, they are a handful because of how good they are on both sides of the ball.
Well, to your point about the depth, they've been outscored 27-16 and 36-15 in the 2 games off the bench. And that's really the only thing that's made this interesting so far for Portland. They're getting so much from the bench. I think a couple things stood out for me tonight watching the game. Dell Demps probably hasn't gotten nearly enough credit for acquiring Mirotic in the way he did. Not only did he bring Mirotic in, who is a perfect fit with the rest of their group, he moved out the money of Ashik and only had to give up 1 pick to do that.
Right.
The fit of this group really allows for Rondo to be Rondo as well.
Well, Terry Stotts, down 0-2, has reached the microphone. Let's listen.
What happened tonight in that effect, you think?
Well, I think, as I said before, Drew Holiday and Rajon Rondo are exceptional defensive point guards, and they've made a concerted effort to double team and blitz our pick and rolls and get the ball out of their hands. So it's nothing that we haven't seen before. It's just they're doing a good job with it. But honestly, I don't know. The third quarter was the turning point, both from an offensive point and defensive standpoint. Whether it's the way they're attacking our guards or not, I'm not sure, but I mean that's what they're trying to do.
Dame and CJ typically, get their shots and get their points every night in big bunches. What is it about Holiday in particular that has made life a little difficult for both of them in this series?
Drew Holiday has good length. He has good strength. He's a smart defender. Size. He's experienced. He's always been a good defender. No matter who he's guarding. I mean, he's had a career of being a good defensive guard.
Coach A.J. McCord, CBS Portland, what did you see different between Nurk's play in Game 1 and Game 2? Seemed like he was attacking the rim a little bit more tonight. Was that part of the game plan? How did you feel about his decision-making?
I thought his decision-making was fine. He struggled to finish some baskets early. Third quarter, he went out with a mild injury, and then, it was just the matchups decided to go with Chief guarding Davis. So, but I thought he really gave a good effort. He got tired in the first quarter because he spent a lot of energy rolling and getting some rebounds. But, in some ways, I thought his decision-making was good in Game 1 as well. So it was just, I know he was frustrated, not that he had some opportunities that he didn't finish.
Coach, Travis Demers, Rip City Radio. Was Nurk available to return when he came back from the locker room?
Yes.
And what about Evan Turner? Is there an update on him yet?
No update.
Thank you.
He was not available.
Any questions? On the left, Coach.
Serena Winters, NBC Sports Northwest. Mo's first game back, it seemed like he got into a good rhythm there early. What did you just make of his first back?
I thought he was terrific. He had, we weren't going to play him as many minutes as we played him, but he handled it well. But he was active. He played good defense. Obviously 5 for 5. I couldn't have asked for much more for a guy who'd been out for 3 weeks.
Terry, you're down 0-2 now going to New Orleans for games 3 and 4 in a pretty bad hole. How do you feel about where you are at this point?
Well, we got to win 2 games in New Orleans, and hopefully it's the next 2. But it's easy math. We got to go and win 2 in New Orleans, and I feel we're very capable of winning both games. Both games have been very tight. New Orleans has made the plays to win the games in the end, but it's what makes the playoff series great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Damien and CJ will be in here. Well, the math may be easy. The assignment's not as much when you're dealing with Anthony Davis and the Pelicans headed back home up 2-0.